good?
Yep.
All right. Any questions for Henry?
Henry, congratulations on the win.
Thanks, you.
First thing you just mentioned, you said he was long.
Yeah.
You know, did you do any training to deal with someone that length?
Yeah, we have a bunch of guys emulating his style, but you know, it's always they can't always do it. You know, 100%. He was super. Not only was he long, he was super tough, dude. And he had a really good poker face. And you know, I knew I was hitting with some big shots, especially with the body. You know, I was punishing that lead leg of his, and he didn't grimace on once. You know what I mean? And he was still putting it on me. He was stalking me down. And that was kind of a surprise. I didn't think that was going to go down like that. You know, I thought he was going to try to use his length a little bit more. He was, but I didn't think he was going to stalk me so much.
It seemed about 1 minute left in the first period, first round. You started getting inside on him. You started landing a lot of shots.
Yeah.
Were you surprised at how many shots it took before you landed the big one to finish him?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, like I was just saying, there's a couple other things that surprised me too. He was just super tough. You know, I went in there like super optimal, dude. I had like the best camp of my life. Everything was across the board. Everything was just on point, you know. So I was going in there to just like finish him soon, dude. Like within, I wanted him out there within a round, you know, make a statement, you know, because I got some other big fights lined up that I want to get at. And so, yeah, he didn't make it easy for me.
So one thing you keep mentioning, you're saying since you've joined the MMA lab, never looked so good.
Yeah.
But what particularly about the MMA lab is making you so well? Like what is it that they do differently than your last team?
Well, it's the whole program, man. It's so many different factors, dude. First, you show up there, and those mats are just saturated with UFC fighters and just all around good dudes, you know. And so it's almost physical. If you show up there every single day, it's physically impossible not to get better and even become a better person. So that place is it's the best gym in the world, man.
You said bigger fights. Which one do you have in mind?
Dude, I got vengeance on my mind, dude. You know, before I came to the lab and before, I'm doing this official training that I have now. You know, I lost some fights under some you know, not the right circumstances. And I just want to get some of those back.
Said you made a statement
on your list.
Dude, well, I got my ass kicked by 3 guys. You know, split decision loss, and then 2 dudes choked me out. So, fuck, either any one of those guys can get it. You know, I'd be more than happy to get back in there with any one of those guys.
You said you made a statement tonight. What statement do you think you made to the Bellator's 145-pound division?
It's just kind of cemented what I was already on what I'm about. You know, I bring the heat, dude. I chuck. You know, I go in there and I start throwing. So, you know, I hope, I haven't watched the fight or anything, but, you know, I hope that came off a little bit in the fight.
Can you break down that finishing combination that you threw?
Yeah, so he's, like I was saying earlier, he's super long, so I was going to have to slip and dip on him, you know, slip and rip and just start throwing, you know. I wasn't going to be able to pick him apart from the outside. And he's like a 74-inch reach. He's pretty tall. He's like 6 foot or some shit. I don't know. But I knew once I slowed him down a little bit with some leg kicks that I was gonna be able to start landing some big shots.
Those 3 losses that you had starting Bellator career, those were the first 3 losses of your pro career total.
Dude.
At any point, mentally, like where were you at? Because you came into Bellator, lost right off the bat.
Yeah.
Mentally, were you good after that, or were you kind of?
See, the cool thing about me, dude, I'm not that smart. So ignorance is bliss. I was just like, fuck it, you know. I just fucking don't care, you know. So, and those losses, you know, they tickled me a little bit, you know. They like nudged me in the directions like, hey, you know, because before that, dude, I was just so fucking. I was like, what, dude, I'm gonna fucking show up, I'm gonna flip these tires, I'm gonna fucking spar with whoever's in this room, you know what I mean? I just didn't give a fuck. And so those losses, you know, you start thinking you know shit, and those losses humble you, dude. So you gotta start, you know, searching, because I don't like losing. I was like, fuck, what's going on, dude? Alright, don't take a fight on 2 weeks notice against Pitbull. Alright, don't do that again. Alright, fucking Manuel Sanchez knocked out 6 of my teeth in the first round, you know, and I still lost, a very close fight, a split decision loss, you know. And Strauss just took me to school, so, you know, I learned from all those fights.
You just mentioned Pitbull and you mentioned Sanchez. Hey, you just mentioned.
Dude, I get these. I have implants, dude. So I get them drilled out before every fight.
Jeez.
And so when I train, I wear a mask, dude. That's a fucking headache.
And that's in the Sanchez fight?
Yeah, fucking knee right in the middle.
So you just mentioned Sanchez. You mentioned Pitbull. They fight each other. Obviously, you're probably interested in that fight. Who do you think wins?
Of course. I think Sanchez would probably take that.
Sanchez, you said?
I think so.
How cool would that be if he's a champ and you win?
Dude, that'd be great, man.
You're gonna bench your teeth.
Nah, dude, I actually got some really nice teeth out of it. Dude, they're fucking clean, dude. I swear. I get them put back in on Monday. My dentist is like, dude, I've never done this before. Like, take teeth in and out. He's like, fuck, this is weird. He's like, but I'll do it for you. And he's,
So for fights, you have
dude,
to down and
yeah. So I'm from Los Angeles County, and I live in Phoenix, Arizona. So before every fight, like, I do my last hard sparring session on Saturday, the week before the fight, and I'll drive back to my dentist and like take my teeth out real quick, dude. And I'll fly out from LAX to where, like, to here.
How's your insurance?
Dude, I don't think he charges it. Or I hope, maybe he charges you guys, Bellator.
Best dentist ever.
Yeah, he's fucking cool.
Those 3 losses, do you think they were necessary to get to the point where you are at now?
Yeah, dude, I'm a fucking retard, dude. So, like, my whole life has just been these type of lessons. Like, you know, people tell you, like, hey, don't drink and drive or do this shit. And then, and you're like, yeah, for sure, I'm not gonna do that. And then you get a DUI when you're a teenager and you're like, oh, all right, I won't do that now. You know, that's just my personality type. I have to learn shit the hard way. And I was 12-0, 10 finishes, Bellator signed me, and they were all stoked, and I was all stoked. And, you know, I didn't really change things up in my camp. You know, Eddie Chong, my head trainer back home, he was, you know, he would make references and shit, you know, but I'd kind of just like, that's cool, yeah, but I wouldn't really follow through. And, you know, the formula was working, you know, so, yeah.
Were some of the guys at the lab and who the most that you were sparring like that really changed?
Well, everybody there, dude, like, helps you so much because, say, like, dude, some of the bigger guys or the smaller guys, even if you don't really train with them, you see them putting in work, and you see them, like, the way they carry themselves, and you see the way they're, you know, handling business, and you're like, oh, fuck, you know, and the mirror neurons start firing, and you're kind of like, oh, I could do that too, you know, and so everybody there is just leading by example, and there's so many guys, dude, you know, Scotty Holtzman just fought last week, Johnny Case fought tonight, Dave Bulldog Rashad, Mario Bautista, Kyler Phillips, Sugar Sean O'Malley, like, dude, there's so many.
Ben Henderson?
Huh?
Ben Henderson?
Oh, dude, yeah. See, I can't even consider him like a teammate. He's like on like a god level, dude. That guy's, dude. Dude, the first month that I started training there, that's when I knew like that place was the real deal. It was like 115 outside, and I was changing a tire, and dude, I didn't really know what I was doing. It was like, it was a little difficult, and I was just kind of like struggling out there. I'm fucking dripping sweat. I'm just like, what's going on? And trying to figure it out. And he comes. Like brand new Escalade, and he just parks. He's like, "What's up? You need help?" And I was just like, "Nah, dude, it's cool. Get out of here. Like, go home. You have kids and shit. Don't be out here in the heat." And he stayed right there. He didn't really know what he was doing either. He just kind of stood there with me in the sun and was just like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, I think that's it. You know, you can try it." And so we both figured it out. We're out there for like 15 minutes, dude. He's like, "All right, later," and he just left. And I was like, oh. Other dudes were kind of just like driving by, and they're just like, "Oh," they're like, you know what I mean? Like, don't make eye contact. But he stopped like right away. I was just like, "No, I'm handling this shit." And so that's when I was like, "Dude, I was sold." Like, that guy's like, yeah, that guy's a different level, dude. He's a high quality man, that's for sure.
How many wins do you think you are from a title shot, and who do you think you have to beat to get there?
Dude, man, I don't really think about that type of stuff, dude. You know, I do have, you know, a good song comes on the radio, and I'll do have like some little wishful thoughts and like daydream about certain shit like that. But at the end of the day, dude, there's so many other shit, like stuff that I have to focus on, like with training, like this very like self-centered type of stuff, you know, because all that other stuff, you know, Bellator is cool and everything, dude, but they're not going to give me what I want, what I asked for. So I don't even worry about that shit, you know. I just make sure I'm optimal across the board in life and, you know, bring my best foot forward, man, and bring everything I got. I'm more so worried about that type of stuff.
You said you wanted to finish him within a round. It took you a little bit of time to figure him out. What was going through your head in the early moments of round number 1?
It was just, I don't really know, dude. It was almost like a little, just kind of like, just being about that action was kind of like what is going in my head. Like, it was like only a matter of time. So keep going, keep pressing. Something's gonna open up. Just like kind of like, I don't know, little butterflies in my tummy, dude. I was all excited. I just was waiting for that fucking opening, and I'm glad he gave it to me in the third round.
Where'd he cut you? Bloody nose, lip?
Yeah, dude, I had allergies like super bad all week, dude. I've been blowing my nose all nasty, and I had like big old like globs coming out. And I was just talking to my trainer about it. Like, it was really fucking cool. Like, I've never really experienced this in a fight. Like, I was just breathing like during the fight, and like a big old like snot rocket came out, and it was all red. And it like landed on his chest, dude. It was kind of fucking cool. It was like slow motion. I was like, oh fuck, dude. I was like, my bad.
Did he even notice it?
Huh?
Did he notice it?
No. I think he had other things to worry about.
One or two more?
And what exactly has changed in your approach in the cage on this upswing in your career?
Dude, I think the biggest thing for me, dude, I'm trying to be like a martial artist. I'm learning like martial arts has like enriched my life so much, dude. Like, it's made me such a better person. Like, I used to be like a shithead, dude. I wasn't like the best dude around. And this journey, dude, and the people that you come across, like, man, fighters are so humble, dude, and like fight fans are super cool too, and they're always like kind of uplifting and kind of nudging you to always like better yourself, and I'm just so grateful for all this shit, man.
What's the biggest lesson that you've learned since going to the MMA lab?
Kind of just have an open mind, dude. Just have an open mind, and not to like compare yourself to other people, but there's other people around you to show you the right way, dude, to carry yourself and to the way they train and stuff like that. So I've been kind of just like almost like a little copycat, seeing these guys like the way they work and stuff, and so that's like the biggest lesson I learned: just an open mind, ready to learn.
Just one or two more questions.
When would you like to return?
I think Bellator is coming back to my hometown at the Forum.
In January.
Dude, I crushed it there in ticket sales. I think last time I almost did like 20 G's in tickets. Yeah, so
tell these guys that.
I got all my fucking family coming and stuff. We're deep, so I'd love to get back in there and dance with somebody.
Got dollar signs flashing in their eyes.
Oh yeah, dude, they've had me there the last 2 years. So,
Congratulations, man.
thank you guys so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.